Here is a 700 level official question that very few test takers get correct. It really is hardest of the hardest. Now, some of you may say it's not a surprise since this is an advanced topics question, combinations question. But that's not the reason. The reason people are unable to answer such questions correctly is not because of any conceptual gaps. Of course, if you don't know the concept, you can't even think about solving these. But the reason so many people falter is not because of conceptual gaps. It's because they are unable to apply 3 different process skills in the same question. Let me just show you the choice data for this question and you'll see what I mean. So this is the percentage of people that vote for each choice out of the 5 choices there. Now the correct answer is choice E, and as you can see, only 31% people got this question correct. Now a big percentage has gone with B, C, D. So it's not like one choice is confusing everyone and everybody who's getting it wrong is going there. No, this actually shows that there are multiple faltering points in this question, and those faltering points hint at different skill gaps that you might have. Now in this video, we'll do a quick diagnosis of why you may falter, what gap you probably have. By the end of the video, you will have solved this hard question in a step-by-step manner that will give you a clear diagnosis of your current ability to solve something like this. At the end, I'll tell you how you will share your diagnosis with me for feedback. I'm going to give you feedback, so stay tuned till the end. Alright, now you know we're going to step by step solve the question, but we first need to understand everything that the question gives to us. So let's read everything carefully and see all we get. Now, the first thing it says is that there's a difference 942 minus 249, which is a positive multiple of 7. You can verify that, do the subtraction and see that it is, although you don't need to doubt what is given. Now, you need to understand the purpose of this, and we'll see as we read further. Then it says A, B, C are non-zero digits. So non-zero digits would mean, say, of course, they're not 0. But what does digits mean here? So digits have only these possibilities that they can be 1, 2, 3, all the way till 9. So these are the possible values that A, B, and C can take. Now, what am I doing with these? The question says how many 3-digit numbers A, B, C. So you're creating a 3-digit number using the digits. How many 3-digit numbers A, B, C are possible such that the difference A, B, C minus C, B, A is a positive multiple of 7. So just how we had this thing here, 942 minus 249, we had that this is already a positive multiple of 7. And now you want to see when again is this going to happen. You know, how many more such 3-digit numbers are there for which this is going to happen. Just observe how this is connected. In 942, 249, 9 and 2 have changed places. The number in the middle, the tens digit, the 4, that stays the same. Same thing they've done here in the question. A, B, C, C, B, A. Only the hundreds and the ones place, they have changed places, and the tens digit stays the same. That's why the example was given, so that you can draw the parallel. So understand everything, extract all the juice that is there in a question. Now we begin to really solve this. So here I'm going to lead you to it through a leading question. So understand what this is trying to say. Just try to answer this one question. Forget about everything that the question had. Put your everything here. So the same information is valid, everything that you have in the stem. Accordingly, A, B, C are non-zero digits even now. I am just asking how will you process this difference A, B, C minus C, B, A. Now tell me, when I ask this question, how do you feel about this? Are you confident I know how to process this, or are you uncertain? If you are uncertain, you need to build the translate process skill. So this, first of all, before we go on and talk further about it, just write down in your scratch pad, wherever you're solving this right now, write down leading question 1, then write down translate. Along with it, you will write down confident or not confident based on exactly how you feel about this one. Now it's important you do this before we do the solution, because a lot of times you see the solution and you're like, I know this, I'm confident, but that's not what I'm talking about. You have to be confident right now, otherwise it's a gap. So coming back, How do you process this difference? It's not like 942 and 249 when you have numbers and you can subtract. You just write them one below the other. You know how subtraction works. So you want to subtract 9 from 2, won't work. You borrow something from the 4, you continue. You know how this subtraction works. This way, can I just subtract A, B, C, C, B, A? I mean, can I write them one below the other? Just write down hundreds, tens in ones place. And can I now subtract? How will I write down this digit? How will I write down this and this? I can't. So the usual way of subtraction, which works so easily when you have numbers, now it's not working. That's why you need to be comfortable how to process such a difference. Now, how do you do that? Listen very carefully. And it's best that you understand that using this numbers example only. So just come into this subtraction first. Here, see how I can rewrite 942 as 900 plus 40 plus 2, and I can write 249 as 200 plus 40 plus 9. Nothing changes, right? It's still the same sum. Now, if I try to subtract the 2, I would write down what? I would write down 900 plus 40 plus 2 minus 200 plus 40 plus 9. Now, because again it's numbers, you would feel, why are we doing all of this? But I'm trying to set a process in your head. When you really open this, you can now get all of these terms together. You have some added, you have some subtracted. Let me just do 900 and 200 together. 900 minus 200, I'll get 700. Then let me take this plus 40 and this minus 40. They'll really just cancel out. And at the end, you have a plus 2 and a minus 9, which is going to be minus 7, and your answer is what? 693. It's the same thing that you would get if you do subtraction the usual way. Now, this method will work beautifully when you come to your problem where you didn't really have any digits to work with. And again, let me show you how. So, just focus on this part here. So, let's see. A, B, C. How will you rewrite it? Understand how 942 was written as 900 plus 40 plus 2. You worked on each digit one at a time. So even in ABC, it's going to be 100A, that's the hundreds place, plus 10B plus C. And same story for the other number, 100C, 10B and A. And now do the subtraction. So let me write this properly. 100A plus 10B plus C minus 100C plus 10B plus A. And again, pairwise do the subtraction. So let me just take the two A's together, then the B's together. That's how I'll really see something. So here's where you have A again. Again, there's no rule when you're adding, subtracting which one to do first, which one next. When it was numbers, it really didn't matter which pairs I formed. I would get the same answer. Here though, to really be able to simplify this, I should be able to see all of my A's together, B's together, C's together. So how's 100A minus A? That's 99A. Then you will see that 10B and 10B get cancelled out. And finally, there's a plus C and there's a minus 100C. That's going to be minus 99C. And that's it. This is the difference that we had to process. Let's go back out and see everything that you learned on this page here, on this screen here. Finally, you've come to the fact that the difference that you were asking about here, it's nothing but 99 times A minus C. This is what was the first step to get you started on this question. Because if you don't know how to process this difference about which the rest of the question is, then you're stuck right here. So this is the first place where you've identified a possible gap in your skills, the translate skill. Before we move on, tell me how you're enjoying the video so far. If you've liked it, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss such high quality content. You know we keep creating such content to help you in your preparation journey. I'd also encourage comments where you tell me how you think I can make this experience better for you. If you have any special requests, feel free to put them. Now, let's continue. Now let's move forward and see how this solution is going to move beyond this point. Look, I already took you to 99 times A minus C. So this is where I'm going to continue from. Now, remember the question stem. The question stem originally said, how many 3-digit numbers are possible such that this difference that you talked about, this difference is a multiple of 7. Now, how is this difference going to be a multiple of 7 is my next question to you. Now, again, tell me, how do you feel about this? And if you're not certain, then you need to build another process skill, which is the infer process skill. So before we go on, write down LQ2, leading question 2, infer, and then you will write down confident or not confident based on how you're feeling. So slowly, you will have a nice list which will completely diagnose your current abilities. Now, coming back to this, 99 times A minus C is a multiple of 7. So it's a product of two numbers, which is a multiple of 7. And we want to make inferences and see what we can see here. Now, this I had taught in another video before this, and I'm going to link that up for you. Just watch that so that you can build this skill more in more detail. Right now, let's just use this properly. Tell me. So what inferences can I make from this product being a multiple of 7? Now, because it's a product of two numbers, you can see 99, you can see 99 is one number and A minus C is the other. It's these two multiplied and the result is a multiple of 7. Now, both of these could be multiples of 7. That's also a possibility. Another possibility is that none of these individually is, but they're combining to create a multiple of 7. Anything can happen. Now, in this case, just see how 99 has got nothing to do with 7. This 99 is not a multiple of 7. So this is not contributing at all to 7. It's not like 7 is made up of 2, 3 prime factors and 99 is giving one of them. 7 itself is a prime number. So the only reason why this product is still a multiple of 7 is this A minus C. So I can from here infer that A minus C is a multiple of 7. Now, I hope you've really understood this because this will be needed as we move on to our third step. So everything till here holds true. Question stem, whatever you learned till now, leading question 1 and 2. So we at the end came to A minus C is a multiple of 7. So if A minus C is a multiple of 7, what all can it be? It can be 7, 14, 21, 28, right? If you agree, you're wrong. You need to build the process skill of constraint in that case. You're not confident about it right now. So immediately put it down. LQ3, you will write down constraints and you will write down not confident there. Unless you really were confident and you did not agree with what I said. Now, why is this list wrong? It's not that these are not multiples of 7. But the problem is that you missed the constraints that the question had put. So the question already told you that A, C are non-zero digits. B was also non-zero, but that's not relevant here anymore. Moreover, you know that the difference that we were trying to process, which became 99A minus C, this is a positive multiple of 7. Keeping these two things in mind, you'll see how we'll be able to really eliminate other multiples. So A, C, non-zero digits, if A and C themselves are single digits, how can that difference be a 2-digit number? You're subtracting one single digit from another. What will the difference be? It will also be a single digit number. And that's why you will reject everything beyond 7. And that's why the only possibility here is A minus C equal to 7. Now, if you're wondering what about the negative multiples in 0? Well, A minus C cannot be 0. A minus C cannot be negative because we know that A minus C has to be a positive multiple of 7. So for that reason, A minus C has to be positive. Keep all of those things in your mind. Never make assumptions as you move from one step to the next. Just logically make progress and you will see how nothing will ever scare you again. Now with this, we are very, very close to the final answer. It's time for the next leading question. Question number 4. There are just 5. That will take you to the final step. So we came to this A minus C equal to 7. Now what? What do I do? Think about it. A, C, 2 digits. Okay. And we want to see their difference is 7. let me try to create some combinations. So A and C can be 8 and 1, right? 1, 8, because the order can be flipped. 2, 9, 9, 2, or 7, 0, 0, 7. Are all of these correct? If you said no, you are listening carefully. You are learning as we moved. But if you said yes, it's again the same mistake, constraints. So you will write down leading question 4, constraints, not confident or confident. Write that down right now, pause the video and only then move on. You will see how important that is as we move on. Now, understand why all of this is not allowed, why all of these are not correct. First of all, non-zero digits. Same constraint. You just reject 7, 0 and 0, 7 already. You don't even think about them. It's the same thing that I talked about in leading question 3 as well. As for the others now, A minus C is equal to 7. And if I'm writing A comma C, I'm saying the first number is A, the second number is C, right? So if it's 8 minus 1, yes, that is equal to 7. But how is 1 minus 8 going to be 7? That's minus 7, no? So that's not allowed. A lot of times we know there are questions where we take order, we take both, we just blindly take that here as well. No, remember the context in which you're solving. Remember the constraints that this particular question has put. Math is not about memory. You can't use memory on a GMAT quant question that, oh, we did something like this on another question, so it's going to happen. No. Similarly, 2, 9 is also out of the game. You will only and only have these two combinations. And now for the final stage, you know there are two combinations of A and C possible. So 2 combinations possible. I'm going to write them for you. So it's 8, 1 and 9, 2. Okay, these are the 2 combinations possible. And now B. Did B come anywhere in the picture? Nowhere. All of the inferences we made, all of the constraints we tried to apply, everything ended up with the last question that told us possible values of A and C. B really has no limitations then, except the constraint that the question had put, that it's a non-zero digit. So it's a non-zero digit means it can really be anything from 1 through 9, right? So this has 1 through 9. Let me write it. These are the possible values for B. Overall, my question is, how many possible numbers A, B, C exist? Remember, that was your question. How many 3-digit numbers exist? Now, what do? I have to create 3-digit numbers. I already know A, B, C. I already know A and C. So I know it's either 8 and 1. I don't know B in this case. Or, let me write the other case also. I know it's 9 and 2. Again, I don't know B. Think about it, no? If B has no limitations, you can put anything 1, 2, 3 all the way till 9. So with the same 8 and 1, there are 9 possible 3-digit numbers that you can create here. Similarly, in this one also, you can put anything from 1 through 9 in B. So this is again 9 possible numbers. Overall then, that takes you to 18 possible 3-digit numbers, and that is the final answer. Now, I hope you were with me as we did all of this. Now, this final question was only about the concept of combinations. So, if you were not confident on this one, I missed talking about that on top, but this time it's the concept. So, whether you were confident or not, write that down for the 5th and the final question. Now, by this time, you have a list. You have 5 pointers there about your level of comfort with the different things that we had. Just see how we'll now just summarize everything here. So, very, very important that you understand, when you have a hard question, it's not like concepts become hard. It's not like suddenly they will stop testing GMAT questions, GMAT concepts, and ask you something from rocket science. That's not going to happen. Concepts are always the same. You need very strong foundations. It's like you're trying to construct a building. Foundation of the building is concepts. When this is very strong, then you think about, creating constructing the rest of the building. Then come the skills of construction. In our case, then, once you know concepts, how to apply those concepts, that application, to get to perfect application, you have a bridge process skills. These multiple process skills might be needed on a single hard question. That's what makes it hard, not the concepts. So trust yourself on this, that if you have the concepts, you just need to build comfort with your process skills. Alright, now that we're at the end, this is the kind of diagnosis all of you will be having. 5 questions and 5 different feedback points. Make sure you use the same format and put this in the comment section. These 5 lines of diagnosis, I'm going to read each of your entries and I'm going to give you personalized feedback. I'm sure you don't want to miss such videos. Like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe to the channel to get more such content. I'll see you next time. Happy learning!